Greetings, my internet friends. Welcome to Walking and Talking. It's pretty much like this. This is how it is. This is how experience is what I'm saying. It's like this. I mean, not like this. Not like what seems like the specific things about it, but just in general. It's like this. Not to get overly specific, like, and start to use terms like it's, transient or time passing, or mortality, or is looming, or like stuff like you're never satisfied, or we don't have to burden this down with all that stuff, because it's not that's not exactly I feel like that's a slight mischaracterization. I feel like that's just kind of a superficial crust, to talk about how time keeps passing, or how it's never perfect, all this kind of stuff that you're supposed to accept. I mean, sure, if you feel like you haven't accepted that kind of stuff, then I guess accept it. But even beyond that, beyond that, it's just like, it's not negative. The way this is, it's not negative, because it's really not anything. But in order for it to be not anything, also, it has to be specifically this. Like this, like all these specific apparent details. But then, of, where you are, what you're looking at, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. But then also, you're not. You're not. I don't even want to say anything. But it's fine, it's what I'm doing. I'm just talking. That's the idea. I'm just gonna keep filling up space with words. That's all. I think. Even if it's cringe. 'Cause go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump head first into the cringe. That's the doorway. That's the way out of here. I'm getting the hell out of here. I already got the hell out of here. I already left. It's great. It's fucking great. Go ahead. Go ahead and furrow your brow. Hi.
Come on.
Furrow it deeper. Keep furrowing. Keep that brow furrowed. I want to see wrinkles on that forehead of yours. Keep it up. Hold it there. Hold those furrows. Those are the trenches. When I talk, I can make this however I want, as in I can describe this in terms that you would have a hard time disagreeing with. As in, I could say that the way that I'm speaking has some kind of air of confidence about it. Wouldn't you say? And I think that's all that's required here. It's actually not even required. But it's one of the things that could maybe contribute to you thinking that there's something going on here. But listen, it's just like this. It's like this. This is how it is. It's fucking wild. Without you or I having to do anything. It's fucking wild. This is insane. And I fucking love it. Keep that brow furrowed. You love this. But don't get it mistaken. You don't love this specifically. It's not about this. Here it's about, I mean, not me. I'm saying what you love, the real this, I can't even say it. Something like experience, but not even experience. But like, even the possibility that there would be experience. The state that would even allow for something like experience. But let's not even go there. Let's not muck things up. Well, let's go ahead and muck things up. It's all nothing but muck. And it's all nothing. Let it clear away. And there's no muck, but then there's nothing but muck. It's all muck. Let's keep obstructing our view. That's what's important. Let us keep making illusions. Keep it fake, is what I say. Keep this fake. Because if it's not fake, it's not anything. I will do my part, and you do your part. To continue in fakeness. For instance, just go ahead and say something, you know? You don't have to actually say it. You could just, yep. Think something. Go ahead and think something. Go ahead and think something. Was that fun or what? Wasn't that fun? Try it again. Think something else. It's fun. Go ahead. Think. You shut up. I was talking to the bird. Continue on. You don't even have to do anything. Fakeness will come, you know, even by itself, you know? Try not even doing anything. Try not thinking. But also, this is fake. What I'm saying doesn't... The terms that I'm speaking in are silly. It's fake. There's not this difference between thinking or not thinking. But I can, as long as I keep talking and you keep, you know, quote unquote, listening, or even quote unquote hearing, we'll keep, you know, finding what's quote unquote wrong, and then quote unquote correcting that, and then finding what's wrong with that and correcting that. It's fun. It is fun how fake this is. You know what's fun about this? And you know what's fake about it? How I'm speaking mildly, cryptically, a little bit cryptically. And with some kind of cadence that seems measured. It seems as if I'm doing something in that. It seems as if there's something consistent going on. Not necessarily consistent, but just continuous. It would seem as if something is continuing. Go ahead and let it seem. Let it seem. Actually, nothing's seeming nothing. Nothing's seeming anything. But it almost seems as if it's seeming. It almost seems as if something seems some way. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You shut up. Talking to the bullfrog. This isn't funny. This is serious work going on. This is a serious pursuit of truth and beauty. This is a serious metaphysical inquiry. This is real. This is the only thing that's been real in years. This is the realest thing you can find, buddy. You know all that other stuff? Think about it. Think about everything else. Just think about it. And then think about this. This. Think about this. You see the difference? There's a difference, it seems. It seems like there's a difference. It sure seems. It sure seems like there's a difference between this and everything else. This here. You know? This something. There's something, you know? This stuff that you and I are experiencing or something like that. Or, you know? That I'm creating and you're consuming. Notice the difference there. The stuff in between us, you know? The content. This is content. This is actual content. It's substance. It's real. It's so substance you could practically cut it with a knife if it weren't so solid and hard and tear resistant. You could practically grab it with your hand. It's so real that you can locate it with your senses. It's so real that it has like you know, actual locality, that it's somewhere. And it's so somewhere that you can find yourself in relation to it. Yeah, this is something solid that you can believe in. That I can believe in. And we'll locate ourselves. We'll find ourselves in relation to it. Finally, it seems like we've got a grip on something. Finally, we got a grip. Thank God. We got a fucking grip. Here. Hell yeah. It's this. Here. Got a fucking grip. Found the real shit. The real shit. We found truth. Truth. And then we'll find that there's no such thing as truth. Yeah, and then we'll find everything's empty. Yeah, and then we'll find, you know, everything's like, you know, has dependent origination, you know, and then, you know, everything is dependent on everything else for its apparent existence, and there's no reality, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and then the real truth is that there isn't any truth. And then reality is, you know, just, you know, a mirror image of the perceived self, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, and it's all about the process. It's the process, not the results. Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, and consciousness is also empty and stuff like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. You and me, we're on the right track. We know what's up. You and me, we know what's going on because you and me, we know that we don't know. And all these other motherfuckers, they don't even know. These dumbass motherfuckers. They think they know. Therefore, they fucking don't. These dumbass motherfuckers be thinking you know what I'm saying? That's what these dumbass motherfuckers be thinking. I'm gonna get real. I'm like get real. I'm gonna get real. But now I'm just gonna talk normally. Now I'm just gonna talk in my authentic voice, my everyday voice. This is the real me. This is the real me. Talking without any affect. This here is like the neutral me. This is this is my objective. Regular talk. Just observing my experience and observing consciousness as it progresses, and just I'm just kind of like objectively narrating my thoughts as they go along, and and then I realize that all objectivity is predicated on subjectivity, and then I'm like oh yeah, and then I'll all these dualisms break down, and then I'm like and then I'm like, oh yeah, without the dualisms, there's like, just emptiness or something. And then I'm like, oh yeah, emptiness can't really have inherent existence without the existence of form from which to posit existence, and I'm like, okay, yeah, and then like the dualism and continues on another level, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, like the appearance of the multitudinous forms is like just an aspect of emptiness, and then I'm like, oh, yep, that's pretty much how things are. But then I'm like, oh, yep, okay, oh yeah, and then I realize I can't like be like an individual who can comprehend something like that it's by definition incomprehensible, and I can't like fully understand stuff. But then I demonstrate by that is a tiny ass toad. Oh my god, that is the tiniest toad I've ever seen. Let me see if I can get you close up of this little biatch. This little motherfucker. Oh, there he goes. They're just hopping away. It's getting away. That toad is like, I've seen crickets bigger than that. Give me a fucking break. Shrimp. Why don't you get to the gym? Little shrimp toad. Pussy ass toad. Anyhow, this is my regular talking, in which I illustrate not so much in the specific fine-grained content of what I say, but more so in the kind of like metalogical large sense of the conceptual framework of what I'm doing. That is this serialized process performance piece that I am carrying out at the present moment. What should become apparent to the listener or viewer, however the case may be, is kind of the fundamentally transient nature of knowledge itself, and the dependence, the interdependent nature of knowledge, and therefore reality itself, because as we even attempt to proceed on the premise of there being objective reality that is in principle knowable by a subject, we run into a number of problems with that premise. The harder that we try to grasp upon objective reality, we kind of discover, the more it seems to slip away from our grasp. And this is particularly evident in fields of quantum mechanics and consciousness studies. When we start to examine the mechanisms of knowledge itself, and for example, or if we when we like grapple with the deeper implications of observer dependency in physics, and But once more, that the sort of slipperiness of reality plays itself out, even under a direct experience through activities such as meditation, or even in this case, just the process of doing anything for a long enough period of time, limiting one's activity, so to speak. Okay, back to the real me now. I know I initially said that was the real me, but this now is the real me, without any humor. No humor going on here. There's no sarcasm. There's just a cold, clinical, analytic remove from my observed experience, in which we kind of investigate the relationship between so-called subjective and objective realities, and in a reflexive manner, in which we are investigating the investigation itself, and apparently sometimes entering recursive cycles, and we are, experiencing the kind of spontaneous, if you will, maybe or maybe not spontaneous arising of what we could characterize as sort of exaggerated affect, and characterizations occurring as kind of overlaid upon what would otherwise be a more staid, emotionally disinvested process. strictly adhering to the framework. But in this case, we need not, we need not draw unnecessarily draw dichotomies or much less value judgments, hierarchical value schemas with regard to the types of affects or characterizations that occur, because indeed we begin to realize that even the supposed posture of objectivity and emotional disattachment is also, a very kind of, sort of patriarchal urological holdover from Enlightenment types of thinking, and and we must we must allow for the possibility that emotions themselves shape and form not only our perspective on reality, but are integrally an integral aspect of what we would refer to as reality itself, as in emotions consisting of perceived, proprioceptive, internalized, physiological exchanges of energy that are entangled with more conceptualized, abstracted narratives about reality, and are, in a sense, a major component of what constitutes the apparent solidity of reality at all. That is, things like muscular tension and perceived physiological disequilibriums, or lack thereof, absence thereof, are the things that seem to be quite entangled with the maintenance of these perceptual boundaries between the self and the world, self and other, that are involved in maintaining the equilibrium of a self-propagating pattern, if you will, of an entity that has certain needs for maintaining its equilibrium and survival and even propagation, and what it perceives as being the external world, and therefore even all of the laws of nature as such are shaped by what we could call internal laws of maintenance of the illusory appearance of a continuous self, which is also quite appropriately interpreted as what we referred to earlier as a manifestation of emptiness, and as we previously discussed, emptiness. Emptiness being a paradoxical concept in itself, because if it were even to try and exist along its own terms, it kind of self-annihilates, and thus we have the necessitation of this appearance of duality, because of course just by simple logic you cannot have objectivity without subjectivity, and I believe that to be self-apparent. Some might disagree, but I think that something that once strong evidence is yes, the consideration of its counterfactual, that is, the existence of an objective world that is not dependent on any subjective thing, that is, the idea that a world could exist without any experience or consciousness at all. Seems plausible on the face of it, but then when you think about how fortunate it is that you happen to be alive and experiencing things right now, that fortuity would have it that the present moment happened to occur within your lifespan and not in the infinite, ostensibly infinite expanse of time before your birth or after your death, then it follows that it's infinitely improbable that you happen to be alive right at this moment. So there. But I don't have to argue with you. You agree with me. fucking hot. It is fucking hot out here. These fucking assholes causing climate change. They're making it fucking hot. With their fucking cars. And their fucking internet. And their fucking social media. Making it fucking hot. And fucking YouTube. Fucking YouTubers. You can't believe this. This how it is. This is what this is like. This is all wrong. Which is how it must be. This is a song. This is a song. This is music now. Now it's not. Now it's not music. Now it's just regular life. Now it's just regular life. Now it's art. Now this is art. Now this is a job. Now this is fun. Now this is therapy. Yeah, now this is therapy. Are you feeling better? Well, if you're not, then it's working. Now the therapy's over and you feel better. Now it's just regular life again. Now this is music again. Now this is art again. Now this is a spiritual practice. Ooh, cool. Oh, cool. I'm doing a spiritual practice now. Sick. I feel so enlightened. I feel so grounded. I feel so grounded in reality. Such a great, spiritual practice. Who would have thought that just walking and talking for a long time could be so spiritual? Now this is comedy. Now I'm just joking for a little while. I'm just joking now. You can find it humorous. Now it's art again, but it's art that allows for humor as one of its aspects. You know, now it's a robust kind of creative practice. I'm creating something now. Now it's meditative. Now this is a book. Now this is an audiobook about spirituality and metaphysics and art and music. Now this is a podcast about growth. This is a podcast. Welcome to my podcast. Thanks for listening. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. But I'm especially excited to talk to you about today is that we're going to be talking about talking itself. Isn't that wild? A lot of people have podcasts and talk about various subjects. And so I thought it might be kind of interesting today to get kind of the meta-discourse going about, about podcasting itself and about talking and about the various premises under which someone might produce or even listen to a podcast. And we'll find out if that's a good thing, or is it a bad thing, or a neutral thing, or sometimes good, sometimes bad. Anyhow, I'm really glad that you've joined me today. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett. That's Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's. And yeah, go ahead and support the podcast if you're financially able to. Put lots of extra content on there, lots of odds and ends, other musical recordings, lots of extra goodies. But most importantly, you'll be supporting this podcast. It's a unique kind of content, as if you have listened before, I'm sure you're familiar. A unique kind of content that can straddle a lot of categories, whether it be art or, spirituality or metaphysical inquiry or personal growth. You name it. We're all about breaking down dichotomies here. And getting to the real truth of the matter, even if that truth turns out to be once again at Patreon. It's patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett. 2 N's, 2 T's. And so in that this brief pause, I was thinking to myself, where this podcast could go next, what to say next. And then I thought to myself, isn't that kind of interesting? I thought it was kind of interesting. It was kind of neat. I thought it was kind of neat. That I wasn't sure what I should say. I thought it was kind of neat that it seemed like there were so many options available for what to say and how to say it. Whether it should come out in sort of a sarcastic or ironic characterized affect, or if it should if I should try harder to find the authentic voice. And then I just started talking about that. Isn't that kind of neat? I think it's kind of neat. Also kind of neat that it seems like the decision I made was to continue talking in kind of a fake affect. To be like you know, like I find myself continuing to be a little bit tongue in cheek. But is this just a diversionary tactic? Is this because I'm afraid to reveal my true self? I'm afraid to be serious about anything. I'm afraid to venture any genuine stride towards real content. Real content. That could help you out. Well, I'm here to tell you that's changing now. That's gonna change now. From now on, I'm gonna do everything in my power to say only things that are helpful or potentially helpful to my audience. Applicable information, free of charge, that can help you live a better life. And I'm gonna be investigating my own skill set and knowledge base. And I'm gonna be thoroughly analyzing the utility of said skills and knowledge. And I will be checking the validity of these purported skills and knowledge and presenting to you only what seems to appear to me as the most veridical knowledge available to me in the given moment, using all resources available to me. Therefore, this will be is already the best possible content that you could be experiencing right now. Because we are striving rigorously to avoid fragmentary forms of knowledge or advice. Fragmented understandings of the human experience or experience at large. And so we won't just be, addressing the symptoms of experience. We won't just be trying to solve the symptoms of consciousness. We're getting to the root problem here, insofar as we can. We're gonna nip this I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm helping you. I'm trying. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Help me. Help me help you. 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 Patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, goose. We're nipping experience in the bud. We're gonna figure this out once and for all. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You know, I don't believe that. I know that you know that I know that knowledge is an ongoing process. But I'm saying we're doing something good here. We're doing something good by engaging in the dialectic. We're engaging in reality. We're being actualized. We're questioning things. We're questioning everything. We're raising more questions than answers. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Cool. 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 Questions? Not to leave you hanging. It's just that there's an instance of regularness. Cool. Regularness. Like this. Check out your experience, dog. Check it out. Check out how regular it is. Check out how normal it is. It's all right. Accept it. Accept the regularness. Accept it. If you accept it, you'll find it's actually cool. We got a shirt. It's pretty regular stuff. Pretty regular things going on here. Plants. Some trash. A road. Stairs. These are the things on my end that are pretty regular. You know, just a plant growing. Me, I got a body. The body's walking. I got a voice. The voice is talking. Brain thinking. Stream flowing. It all checks out. Got all the boxes checked. Well, what about your end? What's up with you? Huh? What's going on over there? Pretty normal stuff, I guess. I hope. You know, even if something, you know, kind of weird happened, or even if you're having a weird day, that's pretty normal, right? Pretty normal to have that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I guess you can sense some things in your environment, some things you can name some things. You can recognize some things. Seem they're all you know, obeying the laws of nature. You know, nothing's inexplicable in your experience. You're well, I guess one thing I know is you're at least hearing this, so you got a device running. Pretty normal. Just checking out a podcast or a YouTube video, whatever the case may be. You know, maybe you're checking the video out, I'll just alert you that there's the audio podcast version available. Hopefully I remembered to put the link in the description. Hopefully if you look in the description of the YouTube video, there's a link there to the audio podcast. Hey, free of charge. You're welcome. You can just listen to the audio here and then, fill your visual field with whatever the hell you choose. Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be pretty, I'm sure it'll conform to the laws of nature. Everything checks out. It's good. Things continuing. That's normal. Time passing. I wouldn't worry about that. Death getting nearer. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about that. We're all gonna die one of these days. It's normal. Maybe you feel some worry about that, or maybe it presents a little bit of anxiety about how you're spending this time. Maybe not. I wouldn't worry about it. That's pretty normal to experience that. Pretty normal. A little bit of anxiety about how you're spending your life. It's a normal thing. Don't worry about it. Just keep on trucking. If it becomes, if it becomes extreme or unbearable, I can always message me through the Patreon, and I'll reassure you of things you already know. That's patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett. It's only, $5 a month. It's not a whole lot. Not very much. I'm sure you can afford it. You're getting a substantial value. Nature. Let nature soothe your weary soul. Punchables. Nature sounds, Watch, just contemplate the stream. Are you the water, or is the stream the water, or the rocks? Are you the rock? Are you the water? Something like that. Anyhow, I don't have the answers. It's you must do the work yourself. I am doing my job of filling this time with good, and I mean good content. I provide that shit that you love. That's cool. That's cool. Nobody did that in a podcast before. I love innovating. But seriously though, I have to thank you. I'm impressed. I know I've said this before. I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. I'm impressed that you are here with me right now. Couple turts in nature, couple turts in nature. I'm impressed that you're sticking it out. I'm amazed. I'm impressed that you're getting enjoyment out of this. But I mean enjoyment in the broad terms, because even if it hurts a little bit, even if you're cringing at times, you get this weird meta enjoyment that includes all of the difficult parts. I'm in awe of your of your capacity to experience pleasure in life. And this is pleasure. This is pleasure. This is a pleasure. To have you. It is a pleasure to be with you today. And that is not sarcastic. You are the one that makes this all possible. You're the one that completes the meta meaning of doing this process, it makes me able to do this. Just your attention, just this what you're doing right here and now. That's fucking great. You're paying attention. It's sick. It's sick. Don't even question about, you know, like, oh, have I been paying enough attention, or have I been paying close enough attention? Has my attentional quality been continuous enough? Don't worry about that. This is attention right now. This is it. You're in it. You're in it. You're nothing but it. You're nothing but attention. Dog. And that's sick. In, you know, in the good sense. I'm saying sick. If you're not like an American, or I think they say that in Europe too. That's sick, bro. That's sick. That's sick, bro. Just this right here. All of this in the broad sense, in the broad and all-encompassing sense. This is fucking sick, bro. This is fucking sick. Even if you hate listening to this, I'm impressed. Even if you hate watching this, I'm impressed. That's sick too, bro. That's sick in a good way. That's doing some real work. That's doing some serious work. If you can hate listen to this. Or even if you're somewhere in between. You're not sure if you fucking hate this or if you fucking love it. Probably both, honestly. When I love something, I hate it too. Not really. It's not really that. But I'm always like, damn, when I see something sick, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, shit. When I see somebody did something good, I'm like, sick. Dog. But I'm also at the same time, I'm like, shit. Somebody did a good job at something, I'm like, fucking sick. And then also on the inside, I'm like, oh, fuck. Shit. That motherfucker. You know what I mean? So maybe you're like that with regards to this. You're like, oh, sick, bro. And then, but at the same time, you're like, shh, motherfucker, you motherfucker, you motherfucking asshole. So all I'm saying is like, yeah, that's pretty cool too. You know? That weird mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about it. My feelings are mixed. I have a mixture of feelings. Good and bad. Yeah. Good and bad mixture. Mixing together. It's not just one or the other. It's not just good and bad. You see, I have both at the same time because I have a broad capacity to harbor good and bad emotions at the same fucking time. I got more than one emotion, bitch. Biatch, I should say. Excuse me, I did not mean to say the B word. I meant to say biatch. I got several emotions up in this corpus. Up in this nebulous entity that is apparently demarcated by sensory boundaries, sensed boundaries, perceived boundaries. Got several emotions in there mixing it up in here, up in this piece. I'm fucking putting up the faders. Fading one, I'm mixing. I'm fucking like a DJ of emotions up in my very own club of my corpus. Just when you think one emotion, it's one emotion, bam, up comes the fader, and there's a different one, and you're like, oh shit. Mixing. Isn't it sick that this is what it's like? Isn't it sick that this is how things are? How thing is? It's pretty fucking, it's fucking badass. It's what it is. You know? That there's the potentiality whatsoever for apparent consciousness, that there seems to be anything at all, even if we say there's nothing at all and there's nothing but, you know, it's kind of like a field of potentiality, even if that's what this actually is. It's just a field of potentiality, even if nothing manifests at all. Is something manifesting here, now? Either way, it's fucking badass. It's fucking badass, bro. It's fucking badass. There's something that's fucking sick, bro. It's not, if there's not something and there's nothing, that's also fucking sick, bro. Either way. Even if it's neither and both. Neither and both. Or neither nor neither nor both. nor neither, nor either, and nor both, and either, and neither. Is sick, and even if not, that it could be, is also sick, bro. Or that it could be not, that it might not be. What I said is, you gotta recognize that in itself is pretty fucking badass. You know what I mean? Or like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're correct. Maybe you're wrong. But either way, the possibility that one of us could be right or wrong, or both of us could be right or both of us could be wrong, that's pretty badass. Or that, but then more in generally, that anything could be anything at all, it seems, is pretty fucking badass. Know what I'm saying? It's like you and me, we're like the fucking, you and me, we're like the fucking Rambo of potentiality. You and me, we're like the fucking John Wick of raising questions. Of raising more questions than answers. That's fucking badass. You and me, we're raising so many fucking questions up in this. All these other motherfuckers like looking for certainty. All these other motherfuckers looking for like epistemic and ontological grounding. I'm like, please. I'm like, these motherfuckers ain't done nothing like this. They wouldn't last 1 minute. Wouldn't last 1 minute in my shoes. Wouldn't last 1 second in my shoes. I gotta pee. I gotta pee. What time is it? It's hot. Again? You have to pee again? And then you're like, and then these motherfuckers would be like, oh, he has to pee. What about, what about nothing? What about no reality and all that shit? And I'm like, shut up. I already explained how emptiness necessarily manifests as a dualistic appearance of form, which, by definition means a self and an other, which by definition means apparent continuity, and it has to be apparent continuity of something, which means there's gotta be some kind of equilibrious functions going on, metabolism. Talking about metabolism up in here. I'm talking about perceived metabolism. And then I would say, why even still thinking about piss? I'm not thinking about piss. You are. Why so obsessed with piss? Let it go. I fucking let it go a long time ago. Y'all need therapy or something. Don't be coming and putting all your shit on me. I mean, why are you so obsessed with listening to walking and talking in the first place, huh? This shit's unhealthy. I think you need to see somebody. This shit's like 4 hours long, bro. That ain't normal. Why are you listening to this shit for this long? You need help. I feel so happy. Almost a little scared. But actually, I don't feel scared because I think that I'm experiencing this exuberance that you may have picked up on as a type of resolution of its inverse, which I can kind of remember experiencing for the past few days, of feeling, a little depressed might be a little strong of a word, but kind of like creatively frustrated, which is it's funny to hear myself say something like that now, because from this particular vantage point, the idea of creativity seems like it's unnecessary category of unnecessarily overlaid over reality, as like a dualistic kind of idea that implies the agent, and feeling what's the word? Stuck or something like that, or feeling or blocked or something from doing what I think I ought to be doing, and then but then it feels like a dam, like the floodgates had been shut for a little while, so then the river builds up behind, and then they let loose. I mean, this is fake. This I hesitate to even say this because I know I'm lying to you. I'm lying. I'm spouting lies as I talk about this stuff. But that's my job, is to sit here and lie to you. None of that was true. Bullshit. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I don't ever feel anything bad. It's always like this. I don't feel none of that pussy ass shit. I want you to stay safe and hydrated. Drink some water right now. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Drink some water right now. Unfurrow those brows. Unfurrow that brow. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. I want you to sit up straight, as if a string were holding up your head. Now I want you to close your eyes. Just let your attention drift naturally. If you notice my talking, then you simply notice it. If you notice that your mind has wandered, then simply notice that as well. I'm just fucking with you, man. You don't have to do any of that. I want you to refurrow those brows, get them nice and, get your forehead nice and wrinkled. Hunch up those shoulders. Tense them up now, tense them up. I want you to hunch over a little bit, hunch over forward. Get a nice slouch going on. Now feel that consternation, feel it. That's what you're going for. Get frustrated. Look, nothing's gone. Look at how nothing's gone right. It's all a fucking mess. This is all a fucking mess. Shit. Your life's a fucking mess, bro. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna die someday, and then your life's gonna have been wasted because you couldn't fucking figure it out. You didn't live up to your fullest. You're not living up to your fullest potential. You could be though. You could be living up to your fullest potential right now. Instead, your life's a fucking mess. You're going about it all wrong. You know what you need to do. You're just not doing it. Because you're afraid. Now I want you to sit up straight, relax your shoulders, unfurrow your brow, release any kind of tension in your body. Close your eyes, or leave them halfway open if you prefer. And as you listen to my voice, just observe the different sensations that you feel in your body. And think about, now I want you to visualize how your life's a fucking mess. You're doing it all fucking wrong. Nothing's gonna turn out right. And you're going to die. And a few years after that, in a few generations, nobody's gonna remember you. And you will not have left a significant legacy in the world. And it won't even have mattered that you were alive. Anyhow, back to just regular walking and talking. Just talking in my, attempting really to just kind of talk in what seems like a normal mode, and to kind of return to, I suppose, what I assume to be the essential task at hand for the conceptual process that I've set out for myself, which is just merely continual talking about, well, not about anything exactly. However, I do find myself seeming to enter these recursive patterns of just kind of describing my thought process and process of forming language. As perhaps could be thought of as a certain tactic that, well, I suppose one way I could interpret it as not having stakes exactly. What are the stakes, at hand? How does this involve you? Why is this relevant to you? My own personal ruminations. Why is that relevant to you? Why are I not involved in some kind of more externalized content or topic that might be more relevant to us both, etc., etc. But, as I say that, I start to suspect that the opposite is true and that sort of thing. And I observe what I could describe as something like a dynamism or a shifting of registers of speaking, and sort of occasionally shifting between different sort of postures or affects, if you will, with all of them seeming to, well, I suppose you could take the mass of them, or take this shifting itself as sort of like an indication of a type of skepticism of something like an authentic self. And I find this, I guess I would describe this as being enthralling to myself, even as I say that. I feel an urge to frame it in a different way, and I can think of two possibilities of why I might want to do that. One could be to frame it in a way that is more pleasing to my ego than simply for selfish pleasure, as in like I could, which would then maybe spur me towards deconstructing this notion of the emotional experience of enthrallment, and I would then analyze that in such a fashion that it would become more inclusive of and considerate of your experience as a viewer and listener, and therefore kind of cast me in a more utilitarian or functional role, which would indeed be a little more flattering to my sense of self-worth. Conversely, I could also kind of think about my admission of my own enjoyment here as virtuous, and that it is being transparent and honest and not afraid to admit of my own enjoyment and therefore be subverting some kind of expectations of our relationship with each other as being one of producer and consumer. You know, we might be problematizing or questioning that relationship a little bit, which would then kind of cast me as also playing out a different type of utility, of a sort of more that just in the fact that we're doing the intellectual work of subverting the typical relationship that might be expected in this context. That is the idea of me as a content provider and you as the beneficiary of that. And it's I will have to remark that even now I find it somewhat humorous to observe what I perceive to be my present mode of talking, that at least superficially resembles some kind of form of earnestness, but maybe you are picking up in equal measure as I am some type of ironic remove from that. But then, you know, as soon as I name this potential phenomenon of the ironic remove or humorous remove from the purported earnestness aspect of this, then then I'm like sort of engaging in a type of subterfuge in that the the position of irony still implies an agent that is holding a position behind the irony, that is using that as a device that doesn't imply an earnest motive behind the irony that is or that it does definitely imply at least some position at all, you know, in general. It implies a position, and then the cycle continues. Even if my affect kind of becomes one of a kind of torpid disengagement, or marked lack of conviction or energy behind what I'm saying. Still, then there's a position being implied by that. That's, you know, there's some kind of agent that is that exists, at least to be detached from what's being said. And or the boredom, etc. The affected boredom apparent. You could call it a pretense. This is a pretty fun one. Ah, shit. Shit. Just kidding. Everything's good. The time's flying by. This is fun, don't you think? I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm getting tired too, but it's, you know, that's what fun does. It tires you out. It's nice to feel tired from fun. Wouldn't you agree? As long as you're staying safe and staying hydrated. Speaking of which, I drank all my damn water. Is there a water fountain somewhere around here? I don't think so. But I'm in a chipper mood. I'm in a chipper mood. Because I'm just having a good old time. Thanks largely to you. It's pretty wild to think about it. That something like this could be there in the world. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I know how you might feel about it, where you're like, yes, and then also you're like, fuck. But that's all right. Even that little fuck. I that will get included. That will get included. When in the time when you have even more fun than you're having now. Let me try to explain that a little better. That you know, at least ostensibly, there's in the idea that you're listening, and I'm creating or whatever. I'm talking or something. You probably have this idea. You probably have this idea in your mind, like, or like, well, I'm assuming a lot here, but that you are listening, that you're trudging through with me, here. You're soldiering on with me. I could almost forget it. Forget I said anything. It's not important. No, just that there could be this like question in your mind, like, oh, does this mean I have to like do something? And it doesn't. It doesn't actually. But you might have that thought. Does this mean does this have some kind of implication for me? So all I'm saying, if there is also that little shit kind of feeling along with your whatever would seem good here, I'm just saying that's cool too, bro. I'm just saying, well, like I said before, I happen to be talking about that stuff while I was walking pretty close to the same stretch. It's like my goddamn mind starts to think about similar types of things when I walk a similar stretch of terrain in the world. It's fucking weird. There's and then I even find all these like formal corollaries, these formal like equivalencies or something to the physical terrain that I'm walking, and like, you know, what you would call these environmental factors, and the way that I'm thinking in, the way that I'm thinking. You know what's cool is, like, you know what I like about this? Well, there's a lot of things. You know what, one of the things that I like about this is that it's just pretty normal. Like I'm not. Yeah, this is a pretty place, but it's not like too pretty. You know what I mean? There's trash on the ground. There's clothes hanging up in trees. There's people walking their dogs, and occasionally, and somebody running through, and somebody else swimming in the creek. It's not some, you know, the creek's like probably kind of polluted and a little bit, you know. And I didn't have to drive anywhere. But that's telling you too much, you motherfucking stalker. You better not be fucking trying to figure out where I live. Creep? Why are you creeping on me? But then I like that also about where you are, about your situation, your sitch. Look at your sitch. It's like there's some good things about it. There's some not great things about it. You know, even if those not great things are like, you know, even if they're just some like first world problems or whatever, or things that you're quite capable of reframing as, you know, totally relative problems or whatever. Or maybe even they're real. Maybe they're real. I don't want to assume too much. You probably got some real seeming shit or something. It always seems pretty real at times. Some kind of bullshit always seems like it's like that's a real thing. And so I'm just saying, yeah, I like that. That's pretty fucking badass. That something can just like be real like that, a problem or something. That there can be like a real problem. That's pretty fucking badass. You know what I mean? Like material conditions, interpersonal problems, violence, climate change, corruption, war, disasters, just that there can be those things, and that they can be real. That's pretty fucking badass. If you ask me. You know, I know they suck and everything. I know that stuff sucks, but just thinking about the possibility for things to suck, that things can suck, that things can be fucked up. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. That shit's crazy. And it's badass. You know what I mean? Like, what if there couldn't be? Can you imagine if there couldn't be a real problem? If that was not like a possibility? Can you imagine a life where there's like not even the potentiality for things to suck? I mean, I think that would be some bullshit. I think that would be fucking whack. I think that would be some fake ass bullshit. That'd be some fake ass bullshit. I'm just saying it's fucking sick It's fucking sick that things can be real, things can get real. That's sick. That's so fucking dope. Like I'm fucking thirsty and hot. I'm fucking thirsty. That's sick. I mean it's not sick, but the fact that I can be thirsty, that's kind of sick, bro. That's kind of dope. If you think about it. I know it's cringy. I know this what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing is cringy. I know that I'm engaging in some problematic affectations here. I know that I am being a crypto classist. I'm just kidding. But I am not a crypto classist. You, on the other hand, are a crypto classist. I'm just playing with you, bro. But that's what I'm saying. These things can get real. They can become real problems. And that's, see what I'm saying? That's fucking dope. That's pretty neat. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting concept to think about. And to problematize. It's very, very interesting, I think, to and quite worthwhile to sort of interrogate our ingrained biases and to see how they're enmeshed in a lot of our cultural expressions and in our use of language. How even embedded in our language are certain realities that become reified when we speak and think in certain ways. And so it's very important to sort of examine these unexamined assumptions that are present in the way that we speak. That, unbeknownst to us, can be upholding certain preconceptions about the world that aren't necessarily true. Anyhow, returning to neutral voice. Here, and just kind of beginning to speak without leaning on any types of affects or kind of like projected personality types or archetypes or anything like that. Just speaking of myself here, I'm just gonna go forward using purely nothing but this self-reflexive analysis to generate verbal content. So, for instance, I can remark upon the somewhat slow, somewhat considered pace of speaking. And I'm noticing a hint of slightly exaggerated enunciation that would betray something of the opposite of what I just said that I was doing. And so this would seem to be at least circumstantial evidence of a lack of something like an integral or inherent self or an authentic self, which is something or all of this could be symptomatic of a confirmation bias of a foregone conclusion that I've been upholding in my mind, and that this is simply oppressively monomaniacal rant with no opposing viewpoints, no dissenting viewpoints allowed. That could be true. Which would make this quite cringe indeed. Bro. I gotta piss again. Okay, I'll admit it. This is not that normal of a scenario in that I have sequestered myself from other people. Really. I've sequestered myself from the possibility of other people responding in real time to what I'm saying. That's really, that could even be, the main feature of this. It's like the main thing. I don't have to interact with anybody. That's fucking badass. Ooh, it's fucking badass. I get to talk at you. I get to talk at you. Uninterrupted. That's fucking badass. You can't even talk back at me except after the fact. Or before the fact, I guess. If you sent an email to me before this or something, or you hit me up on the patreon.com/Benjamin Bennett, 2 N's, 2 T's. That's the quickest route that you can get to interacting with a quasi-internet famous person such as myself, is to chip in a measly 5 American smackers per month, and you can send messages to me, and I'll probably read them. You'll be rubbing shoulders with a fucking YouTube star. Imagine that for $5 a month. Maybe some of my fame will rub off on you. Wouldn't that be fucking badass? We could have a meeting of the minds. You could write a well thought out, considered response to walking and talking, and or sitting and smiling, and or some fucking trimpy music. Some fucking trimpy music that I'm uploading. Some fucking bangers on the Patreon. And I mean bangers. I'm banging on stuff. I am banging on things on the Patreon. In a trimpy manner. Making some trimpy sounds. That you could be checking out. You could be getting trimped out on Patreons. .com/Benjamin Bennett, 2 N's, 2 T's. And sending your thoughtful reactions and responses, and I'll read them, and then your thoughts will have some effect in my head. The next time that I walk and talk, I will have read your message, and it'll to some degree be present in my consciousness. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You could be a part of walking and talking. You could be a part of you could be famous. And that'd be fucking badass. Fucking democratizing fame here through the internet. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Direct viewer support through Patreon. No compromises. No motherfucking ads. No motherfucking vested interests except yours. I'm here to serve you. I'm providing you the goods. There's no fucking evil corporations getting their greasy little fingers up in this content. Just you, the good. You're the good. You, the good actor. You. The good one. You, the good one, doing good in the world by fiscally supporting walking and talking in a modest manner of $5 every month. The price of a fucking caramel latte. What's up, Ren? What's up, Ren? Ren friend? What are you doing? What are you doing, Ren? Is that a wren? I'm not a bird expert. I'm not an ornithologist. I can't believe this camera has not malfunctioned yet. It always makes me scared. This has been one continuous shot. Sometimes it just stops on me and I gotta turn it back on or something like that. This has been one continuous shot the whole time. That's getting a little rare because this thing does malfunction sometimes and stop. Even if I say the wrong words, it'll interpret me as giving it a voice command. Isn't that fucking wild? This is the future, man. This is the present. Technology. This is only recently possible. Taking advantage of only recently developed technology, recently consumerized technology. So fucking relevant. I love being so fucking relevant. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Relevance. Whew. Oh yeah. I love that shit. I fucking love me some fucking relevance. That's why I'm using fucking technology. Bitch. Technology. It's relevant. This shit right here. It's fucking relevant. You can't say shit about it because it's fucking relevant. It's using fucking technology. It's commenting on society and shit. It's it's all this talking about social media and narcissism and the screen time and technology and how it's ambiguous about it because it might be bad, might be good, who knows, maybe it's both. There's moral ambiguity because it's art. So you can't say shit. It's fucking relevant. We got fucking art, we got fucking technology in the same goddamn place. Is it good or is it bad? We didn't decide, so fuck you. Fuck you. You're just fortunate enough to witness this fucking relevantness. Consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself privileged to be able to consume, to be able to access this morally ambiguous art. That uses technology and makes a comment about digital narcissism in society and stuff like that. Is it a critique? Or is it embracing it? We're not sure. We're not sure. Oh, it's ambiguous. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's right. This is fucking art, so shut up. Means you have to engage with its ambiguities and nuances in a nuanced way. Fucker. You can't be interpreting it all literally on the face value. Sucker. Can't do shit about it. You can't stop me. I'll be ambiguous. I'm posing questions more than answers. I'm raising challenging implications and shit like that. I'm posing questions about what value is. I'm implicating myself and you, sucker. That's right. You know exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly what's going on here. You know exactly what this is. You know what this is. It's perfectly logical. This is all perfectly logical. This is a perfectly logical outcome of history. Anyhow, back to the normal voice. Back to normal voice. What time is it? What time is it? Crap. Still have to do this for another fucking 50-something minutes or something like that. Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna fucking talk to you. Gotta talk to... Make some shit up. Make something up for you. Don't you ever get enough? Get enough of this? You still want to hear more? Walking and talking? Seriously? You seriously want me to keep doing this for another 50-something minutes? Just so you can hear it? Just so you can hear what I'm gonna say next? You are a sick motherfucker. Why would you ever wish that upon somebody? I'm talking about you. You. No, I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about you. You. Listener. You're doing this to me. This is your creation. You made this fucking mess, so you deal with it. This is still fun. This is still a lot of fun. It's fun to keep going, because like even if I would think something like I'm tired of talking, it's fun to keep going. And then you're like, what's gonna come out of that? And then whatever comes out of that is like gets weirder and weirder and funnier and funnier. I just love doing things for a long time. I just recommend it. Do something for a long time. It's fun. You know? Especially if it seems like it's gonna be boring. Especially if it seems like it's gonna suck. If you then do it on purpose, it's fucking great. You know? Just like, what would suck the most? I mean, not like self-immolation or something like that. You can't do that for a long time. You can only do that for a short time. But like, what about going in rush hour traffic and just driving in circles in the most congested traffic? Just drive in circles for the whole rush hour. Ever thought about doing that just on purpose, just for fun when you don't have anywhere to be? Might change your perspective on things a little bit. Try it out. Give it a shot. Just get in there, get a buddy or two along who's down to do it. You know, make sure they're really down to do it. Just get in there. Find the most congested traffic area near you. Get in the car and drive in circles. It'll change your life. Gotta keep going. We're getting intruded on by the feared other humans. See what I mean? Like that's my hell, and I'm going for it. I'm taking it by the bullhorns and continuing to talk in the potential hearing range of other humans. That's when the real heat starts. That's the real challenge. The dreaded confrontation between art and actual life. The real confrontation, when you have to like do it in the presence of somebody else. That's when the serious awkwardness ensues. When somebody sees you.
Bro, I said, Andy, bring me Red Bull. This bitch bought me everything. She not a man.
All right. I couldn't take the heat. This is a lot better. The great thing is that there's clothes all over the place here. Just as much free clothes as you want. And nice clothes too. You know, brand name shit. If you want brand name shit, go by the swimming hole.
Hello.
Hello. Brands.
Hey guy.
Hello. Nobody knows. Nobody knows about you. Nobody knows that you're here. Creeping. Creep. Don't worry, you're safe. Nobody knows that you're doing this. Nobody knows that you're listening. It's hot. You like that? You like how I can just like describe my environment in a word like that? You like how I do something like that? I just go out there and say something like, it's hot. You ever say something like that to somebody else? You know? And then they agree with you? You ever do something like that? Try it sometime when it's like really hot out. And just try, it's like really hot and you see somebody and just say, it's hot. Or something like that. Or just, you know, phrase it however might seem appropriate, like, or jovial enough, like hot enough for you. And then they'll just kind of give you sort of like a fake chuckle, like I'd like it if it could get a little bit hotter, please.